snatching purses. I got snatched the purse. Basically, when I snatched the purse, the lady ran with the money. I grabbed her, slammed her, and she was paralyzed.
And today, Ni Young Trung, the single mother and 44-year-old Vietnamese immigrant, telling me she wanted to come to America to better her life. About a month ago, her 73-year-old mother flew into the country to help her. She cried, telling us she never wanted to see her daughter like this. But now all three generations of the family together trying to stay strong.
All right, what's up with the YouTube fam? So listen, man, I got an update on the situation that took place not too long ago. And, you know, I'm just happy that this woman is back on track. So basically, long story short, you know, and I might post a couple of clips of the old video here, or I might put a link to the other ones down there so y'all can get caught up to date and get more details on everything. But basically, long story short, this young man with this little dude by the name of Joseph Harrell, he was 18 years old. Well, he is 18 years old, and he was sentenced to 30 years for robbing a lady. And the sequence of events are crazy as hell. So basically, long story short, the lady, she went to a bank to withdraw $4,000 so she can go back to Vietnam to go visit her family. And ultimately, you know, with her withdrawing this money, she was being observed. You know, somebody was watching her, which it was this young man, this little dude, and another suspect. So they followed her to a certain location. He jumped out, grabbed her, body slammed her, and then ultimately ended up semi-paralyzing her. She's still paralyzed. She can't function at 100%. But, you know, just a very, very sad and unfortunate situation. You know, she was the breadwinner in the family. She was the only one working, and she has kids, you know. And I feel like that nobody should be out here doing things like this. You know, being young and youthful, there were so many things that this young dude could have did to get him some type of money, but he ultimately ended up taking the wrong route. Now, you know, I think some of the things that sealed his fate was him actually being on the jail phone, basically gloating and talking about he was finna get out of jail on top, and he was saying very, very incriminating things over the phone. And I think that's what led up to his sentence that he received. He received 30 years, and I feel like that, you know, putting a major inconvenience on someone's whole entire existence is something that you should be punished for. You know, taking someone's hard-earned money, not even knowing what they've been through, what they're going through. Hell, just the simple fact of even doing it, it's just despicable in my opinion. You know, we all make mistakes though, and he is young, so I was trying to be, you know, more lenient on that side in the beginning. But, you know, now that I'm just thinking about it, and I didn't just try to be lenient 100%. I was just saying that we were young and we made mistakes, but a lot of people make mistakes like this, they deserve what they get, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I got a couple of videos and updates, and, you know, I got a couple of videos with the family speaking as well, and they're actually happy that she's putting one foot in front of the other now. She's actually able to walk, and I'm very, very happy as well, because the way that she was looking in the beginning, you would think that she was going to be paralyzed for the rest of her life. The way that she had to be carried and transported to certain places, it just really, really baffled me. You know, had me just really, you know, discombobulated, like, damn, you know, your life can be changed just like this. And due to the fact of it being somebody else's negligence, it's just crazy to me. But hey, let's go ahead and get into the video. I'm glad that she is getting some type of, you know, feeling, and she's able to get activity into her limbs and stuff like that. But it's still just a major inconvenience. You know, nobody wants to see their mother, daughter, husband, wife, or anybody like that in that certain predicament. But let's get into these updates though.
A Houston teen could be in prison for the next 3 decades after a violent jugging incident. 18-year-old Joseph Harrell was caught on video body slamming the single mother, leaving her paralyzed. Can't show the body slam though. Tonight, she's telling us she's still struggling and in pain.
That's
ABC
crazy.
13's Giovanni Ligi is live at the Harris County Jail with the surprise plea deal the attacker took today. Giovanni?
Well, yeah, the trial was set to begin today with jury selection, but prosecutors were confident they would have got a conviction anyways, possibly landing him in prison for life because of evidence, partly these jailhouse phone calls and that graphic surveillance video. The evidence was stacked against 18-year-old Joseph Harrell.
He was popping it
First,
too.
the surveillance video of the violent attack taking place in Chinatown earlier this
crazy.
year. Plus, his jailhouse phone calls you'll hear only on 13, where he's explaining his crime.
Snatching purses. I got snatched the purse. Basically, when I snatched the purse, the lady ran with the money. I grabbed her, slammed her, and she was paralyzed.
And today, Ni Young Trung, the single mother and 44-year-old Vietnamese immigrant, telling me she wanted to come to America to better her life. But now she's still in pain and struggling.
It's been very difficult. She's been very sad because she was the main breadwinner, and she's been taking care of the children. So it's hard, it's been very hard. It's been difficult. It
is a mother.
Just about a month ago, her 73-year-old mother flew into the country to help her. She cried, telling us she never wanted to see her daughter like this. But now all 3 generations of the family together trying to stay strong. And now her attacker, Harold, is headed to prison. But back in those graphic jailhouse phone calls, he explained he wasn't going to settle for prison time.
The lady probably won't judges and some other. They'll try to max me out 20 years like this. And going for it.
Later on, he tells the other caller he'll come out on top only with probation. But now he could be in prison for the next 30 years.
See, being a youth, being someone who's really probably never been in the system like that, you're going to feel like that because they typically try to give people probation in certain situations or very, very light sentences because it's their first time doing it. But to hear his, nonchalant, confession, what I'm saying? His nonchalant self-snitching got him more time, in my opinion, And they said that they was going to convict him anyway it go, basically. So, there wasn't no way he can beat this, but I feel like that, this right here just added on a little bit of seasoning to the situation, you feel me? Saying that you're going to come out on top, telling them how many years you're possibly going to be looking at and stuff like that. Yes, they're going to do the exact opposite. That's crazy. But, like I said before, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. You're on the phone giving testimonies, full testimonial videos and audios and shit like that. What more do you expect? You feel me? But yeah, you see that the family is still heartbroken about this. They're still hurt. And yeah, man, she didn't even get the chance to go back and visit her family. I know that's very, very, tragic. Like the whole situation and all. And I seen a couple of people that were just basically saying that she should be good now. She got a certain amount of money from a GoFundMe and stuff like that. Man, we don't know these people's financial situations, and nobody can say that money is equivalent to your activity of your limbs. That's some weird ass shit, man. People just let money dictate everything, and you can't do that. As you can see with this young fella right here, he got 30 years. But I think a part of his deal, he has to do at least 15 of the years. So yeah, he gonna be in his 30s or his 40s before he even get out of jail. And it's crazy. You lost your whole youth over some chump change. That's a lot of money, but to compare it to a life and to compare it to somebody being paralyzed, it's pennies. Let's get back into it. It's worthless, actually.
Longer than he's been alive. Today, his official admission of guilt, his lawyer saying he wanted to take responsibility.
I would hope that the $4,000 or so that he got after this attack is not worth the 30 years of his life he's going to spend in prison.
Harold was previously charged with attacking 3 other people within a month earlier this year. 2 of those charges were dismissed when he took this 30-year plea deal. And the getaway driver in this incident, Zanika Woods, was also charged in this case. She accepted a plea deal late last month, and her charges were reduced in exchange for her testimony against Harold. If this would have gone to trial, she's set to be sentenced later this month. Reporting from the Harris County Jail, Giovanni Ligi, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Tonight, a woman who was left partially paralyzed after being body during a robbery, reacting to the news that the teenager who attacked her was sentenced to 30 years in prison after pleading guilty today. KHU 11 News was first to visit with Nung Trung after that attack earlier this year. Devon Robin caught up with her tonight. Devon?
Well, then we spoke with Trung earlier this evening through a translator who tells us while she's grateful for what played out in court this afternoon, she's now placing all of her energy into her recovery. Surrounded by family tonight, Nung Trung told us the last 8 months have been full of physical challenges along with triumphs while adapting to a new way of life.
It's crazy, man.
So the past 8 months has been very difficult because she was very difficult time to sleep, to use the restroom. It's been very, very difficult.
Her life was forever changed in this moment, caught on surveillance video back in February while being robbed and slammed to the ground outside of an Asiatown shopping center. She says she'd just withdrawn $4,000 from a nearby bank to fly her family home to Vietnam.
This juggling has to end. We all want to live our life.
The suspect, 18-year-old Joseph Harold, accepting a plea deal Friday and sentenced to 30 years in prison. A move bringing a sense of closure to Trung, and those who love her.
30 years is a long time, but
Very.
she agrees. But still, what matters is she wants to walk again. She wants to get back to the routine of life.
Left partially paralyzed, Trong now spends her days putting one foot in front of the other with the help of her children, who find a sense of peace in her recovery.
I'm very happy that she's able to be this positive after what happened.
Me too.
So that makes me very happy.
As for those who continue these crimes of opportunity,
we want to send a message to all these juggers out there that, hey, 30 years is a long time. And we don't want this to happen to anyone, any race, anybody, ruin someone's life like this.
now the DA's office says Harrell will have to serve at least half of his sentencing before he's eligible for parole. In the meantime, a second suspect in this case, who police say helped Harrell, is due back in court in 2 weeks for a sentencing on a robbery charge. Live in downtown Houston, Devon Rahman, KHOU 11 News.
The situation is just pitiful, man. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be 100 with y'all, man. When you do stuff like this, you make the black race look bad. Now, I know that he's not a representation, but people are going to look at that. People are going to have a stigma. They're going to have some type of, grudge against black people due to the fact of the way that people have treated them. And I mean, I'm just speaking on this situation. And I mean, I'm just speaking on this situation right here in particular. I'm not going to get into the race war. I'm not going to do all of that with y'all. Y'all know exactly what I'm saying. And if you're trying to pick apart what I'm saying just to get an argument out of me, I'm just going to block it because that's weird, because you understand what I'm saying. But yeah, to my supporters who know exactly what the hell going on, yeah, man, they make us look bad, man. I mean, you could be out here trying to do anything to make some money. Now you're going to make it harder for the next young man who want to go out here and do something legitimate to get some money. It's going to make it 10 times more harder for them. I mean, it's just crazy, bro. But a lot of the times, man, these situations end up like this due to bad parenting and stuff like that. But I'm not going to say that this is the case, because we don't know how this boy was raised. You can raise a child to be the damn president. He can go out here and be, a gang member, a thug, a gangster, whatever the case may be, And I mean, shit, if you're a young dude or a young lady running across a situation like this, man, I always make sure that you know that these type of situations could get you life. It can get your life taken, and it can get you 1,000 years at the same time. So be careful, be courteous of others. Try to go out here and get it on your own. There's so many different ways you can get out here and make some money. Why when you try to get out here and try to learn them? I mean, people getting richer at a faster rate than ever. It's very, very alarming how fast people are getting rich. So yeah, why don't you get out here and try to optimize whatever you can. That way you can make a better future for yourself and your family. Now they got to go out here and do extra shit just to be able to put money on your books and come see you and stuff like that, because I'm pretty sure somebody ain't gonna give up on you, So yeah, you put more of a burden on people that don't really need that. But anyways, man, that's all I gotta say. I want to know your thoughts and opinions about this situation. I'm glad she is getting some type of activity in her limbs. I hope that she can recover 100%. Anything is better than what it was. So yeah, hopefully she can get better. And yeah, man, you do the crime, you gotta do the goddamn time, and that's what cuz finna do for sure. But anyway, man, that's all I gotta say. I wanna know your thoughts and opinions on this, and I'll holler at y'all later on another video. Alright.